My name is Seth. Today we're going to learn the basic counting and the basic subdivision and note values, and then how to apply them to playing the bass. So the first one, the most important one, the most common one is called the quarter note. So if we're playing a song, that's the beat that you tap your foot to. That's the underlying beat 1 through 4. So on the bass, if we're just using one string, it sounds like this. Remember, we're rotating our fingers back and forth if we're using that finger technique. So here's the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very even. I'm tapping my foot along, which is always a good habit to get into, and preferably do this with a metronome. That's awesome practice. The note that's twice as long as the quarter note is the half note, and that gets 2 beats, and it's a sustained note. So if I'm tapping along, each note is going to get 2 beats. Sounds like this. Here we go. Here are half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure it's very even. You're always keeping that underlying quarter note beat. The next one is whole note, and a whole note gets 4 beats. This one is really, really important to keep track of how many quarter notes are within this whole note. Remember, there's 4 of them. Here are whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the note that's twice as fast as the quarter note is going to be called the 8th note. Now the 8th note is going to be a little bit faster. That means your fingers are going to have to stay relaxed. They're going to move a little bit quicker. And there are 2 8th notes for every quarter note. So I'm going to still keep that 1 through 4 beat going in my foot, and I'll play the 8th note in my fingers. It sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make sure that downbeat is always there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's very even, very robotic, all right? Making sure there's an equal amount of space all the time. The third one we're going to talk about is called the triplet. There are 3 notes within a quarter note for the triplet. This one sounds a little bit odd at first, but you'll get used to it after you practice. Remember, always practice with a metronome for this. So if there's going to be 3 plucks on the bass for every quarter note. Here's a triplet. Triplet, 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 triplet. Or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Always keeping that underlying quarter note beat. Fourth one we're going to talk about is the 16th note. The 16th note is twice as fast as the 8th note, and there are going to be 4 16th notes in every quarter note. All right, this one is pretty fast, so remember, start slow if you need to, but still keep that downbeat on 1 through 4. Here's 16th notes and how they're counted. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Make sure you're landing on that downbeat all the time, and tap your foot along, count along if you have to. All that stuff helps. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Always start slow and practice this kind of thing daily, even if it's just 5 minutes. It's very simple, but it gets your rhythm really, really solid. All right, that's how you do the subdivisions.